Do my eyes deceive me? Or did Nicholas Light decide to redeem himself after doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, crashing out for the last couple of weeks, going completely mask off, being the heel of WWE? He decided, nah, I'm wilding out. That's not what I actually mean. This is not who I am. I am not a lolcow. I'm not losing credibility. I will prove to you that I am the entertaining fake reactor Nicholas Light that we all used to love and laugh at. By the way, before we continue, as always, a little bit of teaser for the next videos. I still have that video I haven't made about how much money do I make compared to him. Remember that video? There's also this one. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Chibi is back on the leash. Good boy, Chibi. Thank you. Thank you. Hold up. Let me get this. Oh god, I love this fucking link, bro. Oh yes. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe or did the boyfriends get back together? Because last time I heard, apparently Nick, fucking stopped following Chibi, and that was kind of sad, but maybe they're good. Drama's over. And then, of course, this one. How good was One Punch Man really? Oh, this thread is going to be a fucking juicy one. But remember, lock in. That's for the future content, just giving you a little bit of insight. Let's read this tweet. Dear everyone that worked on the newest episode of One Punch Man Season 3. I speak for everyone when I say, I hope you work on every popular anime in the industry at the moment. You know what? You're right. Get rid of the fucking Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen production line. Put the fucking JC Step production line in. That's right. Have them do it. Let me see the disco filters. You're doing the best you can do. And none of you should ever be fired. We are all grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, let's look. We gotta have this ready. We're all grateful. How grateful are we, guys? Remember, we need to be grateful for. He's getting to Mushoku Tensei drama too. I can't wait for that. Remember, we gotta be very thankful, right? Every time we have to be thankful to the man who is giving us so much goddamn content. It's kind of sad though that the rating for this is a 4.6, but obviously brigading. The timeline is the only thing to blame. We all know. It's Bandai Namco and telling you to put those god-awful filters on every other frame. Nah. Again. Why are we pretending to be retarded when we're not? Remember, what is up with the filters? The filters are a preset of colors that is decided once production is basically being done. And it's locked in, right? The color design is the one that decides that shit, and then Shinpei Nagai also has some say in that. It is very questionable, though, their usage of said filters, right? It's fucking garbage. I hate it. There's a good moment in the pre-prisoner moment. For example, let's see if I still have the episode here. Do I? Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bandai Namco. Oh my god, thank you. Basically, the shitty usage of the filters are like here. Like this, right? During this part was really weak, right? You've seen these frames just now. They're extremely weak and they spam that shit. I think when it's actually good, there was that one scene. There's the one scene where Pre pulls up and his filter was actually really good, but obviously I think it was because of the additional shading and the line work. But regardless, their usage of those colors are very questionable. Absolutely, I agree with that. I hope JC's staff, remarkable animation skills, land you on One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Bleach. Who's gonna tell, bro? That Chainsaw, Nick reply, we'll get to that later. Who's gonna tell, bro, that JC staff worked on Chainsaw Man, though? Again, right? Because obviously it doesn't mean they were the main ones, right? But basically the entire industry collaborated and worked together and helped. So I don't know how much contribution there was, right? JC staff did help out with the second key animation Chainsaw Man movie. Yeah, sure. But obviously, this is just jesting. Sincerely, Nicholas. Animator Lives Matter TV Heart. Damn. What a sincere tweet. What a genuine tweet. What a heartfelt message saying, I'm wrong. The animators' lives matter. They should get all the jobs instead. Well, if you can't smell the sarcasm, you might have a little learning to do. At the end of the day, the thing about Nicholas Light is that because of the character that he plays, and he basically just says sensational shit for the sake of just creating sensational shit, we can never determine the intent. What I'm saying is, even if it's sarcastic or not, I care about the outcome. So if you want to write this sarcastic bullshit that's just spewing toxic positivity, hey man, it's better than fucking negativity, I guess. But I bet the responses are gonna be good. Oh baby, let's go. Let me translate. You're all fucking pussies and lose your jobs. Oh, we got the Nicholas Light interpreter here, the translator. Baldy coming in hot. That's right. They should all lose their jobs. They should lose their fucking families. I can't believe they worked on this garbage anime, bro. They should have fucking delivered. They should have delivered with 10 minutes of screen time. Baldy's right. They should all lose their jobs. Careful, bro. The shills are gonna come for you. Asmon Silver is always ready, mates. Oh, baby. Let me guess. I don't know. Let's see some of the other ones, too. The whole idea that creatives should just be immune to job loss because the chronically online community has never worked a day in their life and thinks job hard, no consequences for doing bad is so cringe. And this is the beautiful thing about real life. It's the most beautiful thing. Two sides of the same coin. Here's another way that I can basically say this statement. Basically, the whole idea that creatives should just be losing jobs because they've been tasked with an impossible schedule is retarded, and it tells me how out of touch these content creators are. They've never actually worked a real job. Their audience full of stupid children's never actually worked a real job. They don't know how society operates. They have no empathy. They're just edgy kids, and it is obvious that like this is what's going on. There's a way that you can do mental gymnastics, right? This whole never worked in a day in their life. The statement's coming from Nick about people should just lose their jobs based on this shit after he said, called out QT Cinderella about out of touch shit. That's fucking mind blowing to me. I don't know how you guys don't see that. Sometimes anime fan is too overzealous about the media they consume. You think the animation sucks? Don't watch. It's as simple as that. Yi-san is pretty right. Viewership doesn't really matter though. Genuinely. I think that what matters in like, basically what signals are Bandai Namco looking for? I think merch sales, right? Blu-ray DVD merch sales, but there's also obviously, I think the assumption is they don't really give a fuck because they know One Punch Man has clout and they're willing to let it be dog shit, but be carried by the name and barely get by. That's an opinion I have about Bandai Namco. I think that logically makes sense. And so at the end of the day, it literally doesn't matter if we watch or not, boycott, none of this shit fucking matters. Bandai's just gonna do Bandai shit. Sometimes citizens are overzealous about the policies they live under. You think government sucks? Don't live in the country. As simple as that. Well, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Not watching a show and equating that to leaving a country because government, what a ridiculous sense of false equivalency here, man. Retarded. Any other comment? They worked really hard on this. Please leave them alone. One Slide Man. The best thing about One Slide Man here, you can kind of see the grass. You deadass can actually kind of see the grass here, but it's so insignificant that it looks like he's just dragging down. Yep, blackface censor. This shit was so lame. I'm so sad Zombie Man keeps getting robbed. I wish that he would actually like be handled better, right? Like, Zombie Man was literally done dirty. Like, Prisoner got all the hype. Flashy Flash, Child Emperor, Atomic Samurai. Zombie Man, bro, he got a fucking lollipop. He's doing blackface now. There's even a part where, like, he's pulling a gun out of his body, out of his ribcage, saying, this is my last, like, desperate play. But we couldn't even realize because it was all blacked out. Like, goddamn. And it has to do with, again, TV regulation censorship. So fucking lame. One Punch Man 3 was the best anime PowerPoint presentation ever. No, it's not. It is Tibate. Tibate still is the king of PowerPoint anime for 2025. One Punch Man is actually trying to move some shit with these new episodes. Nah. Do not compare it to my GOAT Tibate. I pray to God every single other big popular anime gets the same people working on One Punch Man Season 3. They deserve some greatness too. You don't mean that, Mohammed. You don't mean that. Bulk trash coming in. Oh, Nick responded to this one. Unhealthful, uninformed, disrespectful take. Educate yourself before you say something so transparently idiotic. Ooh, that's what Henry Thurlow said. I like how he puts in totally not Mark, in it too. Let's read some of these. I really don't think any normal person cares. They just see a company paid to do a job and it's god awful. Yeah, most people don't care about to understand the context and the nuances of what's going on. Customers are just mad and they're mad. That's pretty much what's going on. You know, your name really fits you. Trash. Bulk trash. I mean, it's in his name. Like, you kind of played yourself with this one. Again, the animator draws things. They don't choose the filters. Yeah, this is the color design explanation logic, right? That's the color director and the director's SB instruction. The animators just make what's in the SB, so the responsibles are two people or even just the director, not the animators. Yeah, well, they did a horrendous job either way, lol. And I do agree again with their usage of those color filters. Apparently it's not filters, but like, I think that there is like a way to use these colors. Like, I don't like this idea that you're locked into this color palette from the beginning, therefore you must spam them. It must have intent. There has to be like a creative decision of when it makes sense to use those colors. They're not really doing that. So again, I kind of feel with Nick on this one. Thank you for actually talking with knowledge of the subject. It'd be great if more people on the internet were like you. No, we need more retards that's misinformed, spreading misinformation, rage baiting. We need that shit for content. I'm dying here. I need more money. I thought animators made sure the drawings they made became animation. I guess when you draw one frame, you don't get much animation though. All of them did a horrible job. But the thing is, with less budget and strict time schedule, we can expect an anime with no frames like we were getting, but the few frames you see each episode, less than 50, they should look good. When does talented artists are involved in what does that even mean? I believe the director actually stated before he left Twitter that he was the one who decided to use all the filters. If that's it, Shinpei Nagai, that's fucking retarded. What else is there? Absolute garbage staff workers. No excuse, whether it's higher ups or not. Error with 6 fingers and the guy with boobs are just JC staff's fault. It is their fault. That is an animation error. It's not AI. But again, plenty of studios, plenty of animes that you'd glaze, like One Piece, Attack on Titan, blah, blah, blah. They all do that shit. People are like, AI anime. It happens with fingers. And that's the case where you have so many fuck ups that something like this that happens to other project, it'll get shit on even more. It's kind of like Nicholas Light too, right? It's like an easy target because of his past history. Basically, he gets shit on way harder because of who he is. Same with One Punch Man. The history of fucking up, and therefore they're going to be even more critical. So I guess Aoki should quit. Aoki is the GOAT in-house JC staff member that's responsible for many of the amazing cuts in One Punch Man Season 2 we've been watching. By the way, he was on the episode you said that everyone should never animate again. Hoodie Boy should just quit too at this point. Very good. Key animator. Funny how you can't handle what TNM said. Totally not Mark. Trying to get on the bad side of some of the most respectful anime creators. Nah. They just want to go on the Trash Taste podcast, bro. I love this response. Bro, just shut the fuck up already with this shit. I don't care about being buddy-buddy with other creators in this space. A lot of them are trying to say the right stuff so they can be on the Trash Taste and be friends with the anime, man. I love this argument. If you're against Nicholas Light, you are a shill trying to get on Trash Taste podcast. And you know what? Maybe some people are like that. For sure. No, they might exist, right? He's not saying everyone. He's saying a lot of them are. I don't know other YouTubers that are trying to do that shit that's on that level. Personally, I don't give a fuck about Trash Taste podcast. If you've seen my content, if you've seen my reactions to Trash Taste or Joey, Anime Man, right? Connor, Sea Dog, or Giguk, you know my opinion about them. I've criticized, I've condemned their shitty opinions when they were shitty. I've called them out. Like, I think I've been way more harsh and talked more shit about Trash Taste than Nick has ever done. I think Nick is obviously kind of mad that like he got called out indirectly in that Gachiakuta Trash Taste podcast. He made a whole video. Remember that shit? Kaka TV, Trash Taste, Gachiakuta. Remember this? Where is it? God damn it. Nicholas Light. Will this pull up? This one right over here. Nicholas Light called out. And I do agree. I think they were talking about him. They didn't mention him specifically, but I think they were absolutely talking about him. And I think that Nick tried to get on the podcast straight up. I think that someone like him, someone so ambitious trying to hit mainstream, the podcast is a great idea. I think he was lining up some moves to do it, but he then realized that these guys don't fuck with him. And I think he got really hurt. And now this is basically the counter. Anyone that disagrees with them, you're a fucking paid shill trying to get on Trash Taste. Get off your fucking knees. That's what I see what's going on. I don't care about being part of the community. I have my own community. The anime is fucking garbage. Doesn't matter what anyone else that's respected in the industry says. This part's kind of crazy though, right? You got industry experts and animators coming in, bringing you insight when you yourself basically stay ignorant even though you do know what's going on. And then you expect people to believe your bad faith, like just ridiculous assumptions over industry. I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. I would give the benefit of the doubt at least. But Nick never does that. Says 99.8% of the people working on this season should never work on One Punch Man again. Does this Makes sense. Wait a minute. I'm not talking about the opinion about artists. I'm looking at math here. 90? How many people are working on One Punch Man? When you go and bring in a scientific notation of 99.8%, doesn't that mean like 0.2% is at least one person? You know? Listen, I'm sure Nick's not thinking about actual fucking math of how this sounds, but when you say 99.8%, like, it kind of like dishonest people could use this to drag your name and basically say you really fucking have no idea how this shit works, huh? Like, you think thousands of people are fucking, like, yeah, 0.2%. Do you understand how many people would need to work in the project for 0.2% to be basically the actual, like, at least be one person worth? Anyways, but let's keep making the conversations about the poor animators going through hell. That's all I hear about the animators, so we have to give them a shield for criticism. Yes, because there is a proper target. The proper target is a production committee you've acknowledged. The animators are fucked over with an impossible schedule, and they're prioritizing episodes that you don't recognize. Like episode 11, episode 9, 8, 3, and 5? Not really. 5 was still shitty. There was actually 4.5 good episodes of the 11 episodes of One Punch Man that came out. The really shitty episodes are sacrificed so they can all focus on the episodes that seem to matter. The Atomic Samurai Black Sperm shit was actually really hype. Homeless Emperor had a lot of aura. Zombie Man, unfortunate censorship. Prisoner got some fucking crazy cuts. It was out of nowhere. So again, there are examples of when they have time for these episodes, they can do well. And the episodes that was sacrificed due to a poor timeline are bad. It's just common sense. So why would you then shit on them at this point? Because there's no logic, and this is a hill he needs to die on. Nick will never apologize. He will never back down. It's some anime Hassan shit. He will never take accountability over his actions. He has to die on this hill. Because he's also audience captured right now with many of his core members leaving, with new people coming in that loves this new side of Nick, and they will never allow him to basically just admit. Then they'll say, you're bending a knee, you're a fucking loser, right? This is what it means to be audience captured. He may not like that, but I think that's what's going on. I think that deep inside he understands, but this is something he can never fucking back down on, because that means that he's lost a fight. And in terms of PR, it doesn't work like that. It's kind of like Donald Trump's situation where it's just like gaslight. Epstein files came out, who gives a fuck? Redacted, I don't care, never happened. Gaslight, never happened. Just never acknowledge. And it's honestly a strategy that actually kind of works. This strategy, basically, of never bending a knee, will isolate a lot of other people, but as long as he has a core community, he can actually work off of that. And Nick does a really good job. He does a really good job in maintaining his core community and the loyalty and the parasocial relationship and the bondings. Absolutely he does. And that's why they're so cultish. He does a really good job at that. It is terrible you're doing too much through stupid ass ninja. Okay. No logic. It's overly aggressive how you are talking about it. But to everyone, this is his opinion, seeing people call you retarded and trying to shut you up. But it's freedom of speech on the platform. You can say whatever you want. But you shouldn't be surprised that other people are going to say what they want. Don't act like a fucking victim. You're trying to censor you? They're just speaking shit too. This is freedom of the speech. The fact that you can have any other retard like this one coming in here just saying stupid ass ninja with no substance, this is what it means. When you go into this fucking, when you basically act as the heel in WWE, you're gonna get shit on. That's the role you decided to fucking take on. It's not an honorable role. You're doing this for fucking easy engagement. Of course there's gonna be backlash. People are gonna be mean to you too. That's how it works on social media. You can't handle the heat? Get the fuck out of the kitchen. Exactly. Kid thinks you want to be friends with fake internet personalities. Rather be friends with people with brains who can think for themselves than dick writers who bow down to anime director and artist. How about the dick writers in his comment like legions? How about this one, huh? Right over here. How about this? Thank you. I don't know. I feel like the only dick writer is like clout chasing spineless yes men who sees an easy collab potential with Nicholas Light and will submit no matter what. That's what I see. And then I see industry experts who I don't think are trying to get into Trash Taste podcast giving insight on what's going on. It is the most insane level of delusion that you can't see reality. But again, it's the beautiful world of Twitter. Goat status. That's right. Let's go, my goat. Is there anything else? Hold up. Let's see. Bro wrote in reverse jujutsu. Again, it's not the animator's fault. Kyoichi Takai, who is one of the key animators for this episode, did work on Bleach. Thank you very much. Fuck this censorship and fuck the neon filter. This season is a pile of fucking garbage. You know what? I do agree with this season is a pile of fucking garbage, and the censorship does suck. We will all be grateful to JC staff and Bandai Namco. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know how heartbroken I am? Seeing the anime truly turn out like this hurts deeply. At least we're speaking up and calling out those ruining it. Because we want it to be better. At least we're trying. More than those who blindly defend it and pretend nothing is wrong. Yo, this guy is the type to basically change his fucking Facebook profile pictures to the Ukrainian flag filter when Russia hit them. This is the thoughts and prayers crowd on the other spectrum. Oh my god! All this shit, we are the ones trying to fucking fight the bad people! Oh my god, so fucking cringe. Lamau, so performative. It amazes me how an animator can make amazing animations in one anime then make horrible ones for another. You're so close. You're so close. This is crazy. This person is confused that a talented animator like Van Oba, for example, or Kenichi Aoki, can make amazing cuts in other animes with a different schedule that maybe allows them to fully deliver versus One Punch Man. Wait a minute, what's going on right now? This guy's asking the right questions. Genuinely, I'm curious how it's not even the quality of many series that came out weekly for years. All I've heard is time restraints and that is weekly, but many series are able to get fine or great with a weekly schedule, like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, and Black Clover. I think they have more resources and production staff, better planning, right? Relying on WebGem and a lot of different resources that doesn't need to be in-house. I don't know. Cost and time are major factors. When you cut too much corners, it shows deeply, as I learned many years ago from Star Wars Book of All Things. It's funny to me that like this person is so fucking close. Beamer, you're following me, man. Come on, be better than that. You have an Itachi profile picture, I think. I don't know if that's Itachi or not, the more I look at it. Come on, bro. You're better than this. You're so fucking close. You literally asked a question and the answer is right there. It's not the animators or production team's fault. It's God's fault. I blame God. Because blaming humans have... What? This is an interesting one, huh? How dare you directors putting so much filter this season? What if I'm allergic to grading filters and having seizures resulting in permanent color blindness? Will you take responsibility? I guess that is survival of the fittest. Nick is using reverse psychology? Did he finally break? Also, hi Kaka TV. Hello, I'm here. They should animate Chainsaw Man, JJK, Gachi Yakuta, and let's also throw Hell's Paradise in there. I know they can do it. And I think it's basically that. And at the end of the day, it's funny when good episodes happen because Nick can never acknowledge it. It's so funny to me, right? Well, actually, that's kind of a lie because on that one donut post, we'll cover it later, right? I'll give you a little bit of a thing. But what did I tell you in those videos? Remember that one idiot that came into my video and said, you think someone would exist out there that would actually hope that the anime is going to be bad just to make money? Yes, I do. Because Nick can never acknowledge if the episode was really good, so he has to go on about this way. Anytime episode 8, 9, or 11 aired, right? It'll be just like, mid. It's not that good. I'll sarcastically say it's good, you know? Because it works against his agenda. He's probably hoping that it's gonna fail at the end. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. The literal best episode of the season. And he says, especially this episode, it's embarrassing, disrespectful, and disgraceful. And then I have to bring you again to this picture here. It's just so beautiful, bro. You're one of the only content creators I can trust when it comes to honesty. So many shows on this platform, especially on Twitter, they refuse to criticize anything. They only give safe opinions because they want industry friends. Trash Taste Podcast. That's right. These two. If Nicholas Light is telling you that you are the most honest person after saying shit like this and the behavior that we've been documenting, man. Chibi, get that leash off your collar, bro. Get off your fucking knees and actually say your real mind. Stop being such a fucking pussy. This is some yes man shit. You really watched this episode and thought it was fucking bad? Like, especially, this is a fucking crazy tourist ass take, man. Look forward to the next videos.